Tim Wood here on Ranger Nation Radio and MVC Sports today. Very excited to have with us one of the stars of the Methuen Rangers boys hoops team, Mitchell Crowe. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Very excited to have you with us. Man, you've been on a roll lately. I know you're a shooter to start with, but you've been setting records lately.
Yeah.
How do you feel like it's coming together personally for you? I think you had 36 against Greater Lawrence.
37, yeah.
37. Don't want to short you. And then 25 last night against Chelmsford.
Yeah.
Nice. Another win. So two in a row now for Methuen. In terms of just how you feel your shooting game is coming together, you've been hitting them all year. I mean, you're up among. I know you're in the areas in the Eagle Tribune area. Haven't done the MVC tally yet, but you're hitting these threes. I mean, how do you feel like it's coming together for you this year?
I feel like it's coming great. I practice a lot on those and just practice in game. Just trying to get used to it and just getting a feel for my shot and stuff.
In terms of just that shooter's touch, when in a game like Greater Lawrence, when did you know that you were on that like get me the ball?
When I like my first shot, and then I just started letting I hit like 4 more in a row after that, and all my teammates and my guys just knew I was on, so they kept kind of feeding it to me.
Is it? Do you get in a spot there where the ball just feels lighter, or it just feels like muscle memory's taking over, or like the ball's not getting heavier as the game goes on? Is it just? Explain a little bit about that zone.
I feel like it's more like muscle memory, just from practicing, just knowing my shot and how it goes and how it feels when I'm touching the seam of the ball and stuff, and when I let it go. I feel like it's more muscle memory and just how it goes in. I just know when it's going in or not.
You got a lot of muscle memory there built up in terms. You've been playing since second, third grade here. Tell me in terms of just how you got into hoops and when you first realized that, man, I'm liking this. Did you hear me there, Mitchell?
Yeah, I can hear.
Tell me just how you got into it in terms of when you started feeling it, like second, third grade, when you started feeling like this is something I want to keep playing.
Well, when I first started, I played like in town, just to get a feel for it, and then a couple of my friends, we started like let's play AAU together. And right when I started playing AAU, I felt like I just got a feel for it, and I got more experience with the game, so I kind of just kept rolling with it and just kind of stuck with me from them.
And were you playing in town too, or did you just kind of just get right into AAU?
I played in town first, and then I went to AAU.
Yep. What's the AAU schedule like? Are you playing hoops pretty much year round?
Yeah, it's usually like practice on weekdays, and then weekends you got like three games or like a tournament, and just go to the finals and win.
Saturday, Sunday, or just Sunday?
Yeah, just Saturday and Sunday, and sometimes you have 2 games on one day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now AAU wise, who are you playing for now?
Really, I don't have a team right now.
Okay, free agent. All right, but you played up through the years for Mass Elite, Warriors, Eagles.
Yeah.
Nice. In terms of this team and how this team's coming together, how do you feel like this team is meshing at this point?
I feel like we're coming along great. I play with a great group of guys, and we love to play together, and we just know how each other play, and we just trying to make plays for each other. So I feel like with that, we come together and we make good plays. We can get wins.
It really seemed like it seemed like you guys. Obviously the Tewksbury win that was a huge win, but it seemed like you guys really nobody likes to lose, but it seems like you guys really started to find a stride there in the holiday tournament.
Yeah, that was a great tournament for us.
And you were alternate, yeah?
Yep.
Very nice. Congratulations on that. In terms of who on this team do you kind of lean on in terms of just or Um, who pushes you on this team to just keep fighting harder?
The coaches, they always kind of motivate me to get better, to find a rhythm sometimes. And some of my teammates, like Andrew Lucier, he's like one of my guys. We play together. And Isaac Allen, we kind of play together. They kind of push me to get my shots up, maybe find a way to start hitting early on.
Have you played with any of these guys like straight up through?
No, not really.
Yeah, it seemed like this group that was kind of just come together from a lot of different areas.
Yeah.
Even earlier in the season, it seemed like you still had some move ins, and I mean that's certainly gonna be a good thing in terms of depth, but it's got to be a trick just in terms of finding that chemistry.
Yeah.
It seems like you guys are. I mean, certainly in the win column, it seems like you guys are starting to find that. I mean, nobody wants to lose big to a Lawrence or a Lowell, but I mean, you guys have bounced back real nice since then. What do you take from those moments?
Well, against like Lawrence and Lowell, we kind of like find out what we're doing wrong, and we gotta limit those. So if we really like limit those what we did wrong against them, and we practice those in practice, we can find a way to be successful against the next game or the next team that we verse, and with like limiting the turnovers or making good plays for each other. So that's what we really learned from Lawrence and Lowell.
We're talking to Mitchell Crowe from the Methuen boys hoops team, the Rangers, here on Ranger Nation Radio and MVC Sports Today. Mitchell, you come from a very athletic family. You got 5 siblings, all who played sports, yeah, or are playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
We talked to Claudia earlier during the fall season. She certainly had some accolades come her way with her sports. I mean, I got to imagine all of you are collectively competitive, but you two being the closest in terms of age, are you guys especially competitive?
Yeah, really, we are competitive. But like when we play a sport, we always try to give our like 100% when we play, and just try to play as hard as we can.
Now, is she ever get on the basketball court with you? Is she that brazen? Is she like I can take you on?
No, but if she did, she would not win.
I like it. We were talking to Aiden Hollingsworth. There's that frenemy thing going on, brother. I mean, I got 3 older sisters, so I know the deal. I mean, there's that frenemy thing going on. Like, nobody touches my sister, but at the same time, when we're competing against each other, it's blood. It's out for blood with the blood, right?
Yeah.
Is that fair to say among the two of you?
Yeah.
In terms of just having that atmosphere at home, what was that like? Just growing up around sports and knowing that I mean, athletics were just part of the tradition of the family.
It was great. Knowing that my sisters, they all played field hockey and they all like did pretty well. It kind of like made me try to be as like good as them, or like try to like up my game, to get better. So I feel like that was like just a big part of me when I'm growing up, trying to just get better, trying to match what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, were you kind of fighting for your own attention there?
Kinda, a little bit.
A little bit, huh? I mean, and you certainly earned it. I mean, and certainly earned the spotlight now. I mean, have you ever had a game like Greater Lawrence? Have you ever been in a zone like that, whether it be high school or in town or AAU?
I know freshman year when I played in the freshman team, we versed Lowell, and I had 36 that game. So I kind of had that same like little zone I was in, just playing well and hitting every shot.
Who are you? I mean, obviously competitive all amongst you, but who would you say you're most competitive within the team?
Probably me and Andrew Lucier. We always compete at 1v1, and we try to one up each other, like in the shooting competition or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
How in terms of just the shooting, what is, I coach youth hoops. I coach my son's team in 5th, 6th grade. I've been coaching for a few years. And we're always saying go to the high school games, go see any kind of basketball you can. Just look at the shooters, look at them rebounding after the shot. Look at all the little things they do in the game. I mean, what's the one thing you could say, just that the biggest lesson you've learned coming up through, that you could kind of I don't know, pass on to the youth, save them some time from making those mistakes?
Maybe trying to be coachable, listen to your coaches, because they always know what's right or wrong. So if you really are being coachable, you would know what to do in those big moments, or just knowing when you're in the game.
That's a hard thing, though, right? I mean, you're putting a lot of individual effort into this. You got a decent amount of people in your ear, kind of telling you, what's the right shot angle, what's the right way to do things. So it's it kind of takes a lot, kind of giving over. I won't say giving over, but being coachable and knowing that coach has your best interest at heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is the best coaching moment you've had up through the years, just in terms of like the one thing that really kind of took you up another level?
Maybe just when my coaches just tell me something that I need to know, or something that I need to improve on, I really take it in and just focus on what I need to do. So any coaches that tell me anything, I really take it in. I really focus on what I need to do to get better, or just maybe get stronger or something.
When did you start to figure out the whole shot angle and just the whole muscle memory of the shot?
Maybe like freshman year, I was hitting a little bit, trying to find my shot. That's when I kind of really started trying to find my shot, figure it out, and just get it down for the next 4 years, or the next 3 years I have.
And some of it's just growing into your body, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're trying to force it to the hoop when you're just trying to get it to the hoop when you're 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, and then you start growing into the frame a little bit, right?
Yeah.
We're talking to Mitchell Crowe here on Ranger Nation Radio, MVC Sports Today. In terms of what you see in the MVC, everybody says MVC competition so tough. I mean, just in what you've seen through AAU and now playing MVC, I mean, can you describe just like what the MVC grind is like?
The MVC is I feel like is really tough. You got some really great players, like from Lowell and Lawrence, and it's really different from like AAU, because you just got a bunch of kids that just kind of sign up. These are the kids that really work hard and trying to improve their game, and the skill level is way higher than that. So you just really want to focus and just try to play at their high level and just match their intensity.
When did it become more than just kind of playground, school ground, just kind of sports center highlight stuff for you? And when did you start to realize, all right, it's the whole team, it's all the little things, and it's I want to keep doing this and maybe take this to another level?
Maybe when I first started varsity, when I first played, it was more like everyone just played together and was really great, And that's why I realized if we just play together, we come together, we can find a way to win games and just limit the turnovers and everything we need to work on.
Now you're running cross country. You also play volleyball in the spring.
Yeah.
And this was your first year with cross country, right?
Yeah.
How has that helped your endurance come later in these games?
Helped me a lot, because we practice running and just getting faster and faster, and we run for almost 10 miles for some days. And when I'm on the court, it's not like I'm running 10 miles.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Lot of spurts, but not 10 miles.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Aliette's no joke either, right? I mean, he's leading by example. He's set a lot of those records. So, I mean, that's no joke. In terms of what you see for yourself with basketball, you're obviously making a name for yourself in the Valley, in the MVC, in the region. Um, what do you see for yourself in terms of hoops? You want to take this to another level?
Yeah, I would like to take it to another level, maybe college.
Have you started thinking that route at all yet, or kind of
Yeah,
narrowing it down, or you just kind of trying to focus on one thing at a time here?
I have thought of that, but I'm really trying to focus on right now. Just focus on what I got right now.
I know Claudia's setting that bar too, so
Yeah.
I got to imagine a little competition there as well.
Hmm.
In terms of like, how do you get away from that pressure, the competition, that the constant? I mean, what do you do to just to have some downtime if there is any?
I kind of just relax and and when that moment comes, I kind of like relax and I focus on what I need to do and know when I need to get the ball or something.
And you said you go to Latitude to play hoops.
Yeah, a
That's
lot.
that's some of your downtime.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the deal. I mean, shooters got to shoot.
Yeah.
Shooters got to keep that rhythm, keep feeling it. So you don't want to let days go by. But I mean, who was do you have any NBA heroes growing up through in terms of just kind of emulating the shot?
I really liked Larry Bird. I felt like he was really tough. He always had that nice shot, and he was just clutch in the moment.
Wasn't just about the shot, right? I mean, with him, it's
Yeah.
just the toughness
Yeah.
and I mean, some of my favorite highlights of him are the passes. I mean,
Yeah.
his shot is money. I mean, it's just money. It's signature. It's all time. It's GOAT. But I mean, some of the passes were just absolutely like so insane. Just how did you see that on the court? Um,
Um,
Go ahead.
I saw well, the way I saw him play, it was like it kind of like inspired me. I kind of play like him a little bit, because he's like such a good player, and everyone should kind of look at him.
He is. He's. I mean, it was a joy to be watching him growing up for sure. And among today's players, who would you say you look up to the most?
I like LeBron James. I feel like his will to win is great because he just loves to win, and he's just so intense when he plays.
Now, are you a Celtics fan at all?
Yeah, I like the Celtics.
So, I mean, what do you think of this Celtics team?
I feel like they're pretty good actually. Like Tatum and Jalen Brown, they play good together.
Yeah, I'm real glad it's worked out the way it has. That they kept Tatum and Brown, and that they brought Kemba in. I mean, and the unsung hero. I mean, you got unsung heroes on that Rangers team all over the place. I know, but I mean, Enes Kanter has been a beast for the
Yeah.
Celtics. I mean, he had like 22 points and 19 rebounds in 23 minutes the other night. I mean, that's. I mean, is there like a beast mode guy among the Rangers?
Um, like anyone on our team,
Yeah.
I feel like one of our seniors, Kevin Garcia. I feel like he's always beast. He's always strong. He gets underneath the post sometimes. He makes some great and ones. He makes great plays for each other.
And he's not super tall, is he?
No, he's not
But
tall at all.
he plays tall. He's not afraid to mix it up
Yeah.
underneath.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. In terms of folks that have helped you up through the years, any shout outs that you want to give to folks that have helped you through the years?
All my Methuen coaches, Mr. Elliott, Mr. Toomey, and Dave LaCroix.
Now, Bill Bryant didn't coach you, did he, at one point?
No, I don't think so.
All right, because Bill seems to have coached everyone. So like every show, it's like we have this Bill Bryant coaching moment. So I don't want to be surprised after this interview runs that Bill goes, oh yeah, no, I taught him everything he knows. So in terms of your parents, what are your parents' names?
Leo and Kara.
Absolutely. Okay, we got to get that out there again. I mean, man, 6 kids. They deserve to get their names out there in more than one interview for sure. What kind of legacy do you feel like you want to leave with Methuen? I mean, you've been in Methuen straight up through. I mean, how important is that legacy to you?
I feel like it's very important. I really kind of want to leave a name myself after I leave high school. So I feel like it's very important to me.
In terms of we always like to ask this, just in terms of like, how do you? I mean, you gotta have the grades to, it's got to be a balance, and the student athlete mix is so impressive, and it's why we do the show. Honestly, it's just to spotlight what you guys do and the work that you put in. I mean, what can you tell athletes coming up, just in terms of finding that balance between getting the schoolwork done and putting in the work on the court or on the fields?
Is the one thing I say is just kind of do school first, because if you don't do school first, then there's no sports you can play. So you really want to focus on school first, then just find a way to get the little gym time in right after, just to work on your game.
All right, Mitchell Crowe, really appreciate the time. One last chance at any other shout-outs that you want to get out. I mean, we appreciate that you taking the time. So any other shout-outs you want to get out there before we let you go?
Just to my basketball coaches for through the years, just helping me and getting me better.
Absolutely. Well, listen, it's a pleasure to watch you do what you do, and like I said, coaching young kids. We want them to get to the field house and see what y'all are up to, and I mean, who knows, man? Maybe they're emulating you in a couple years here. Maybe there's the next Mitchell Crowe that just that sees one of these games and you've inspired them. So I appreciate the work that you put in, for sure. And I know I speak for Ranger Nation and fans all across the valley in saying that.
Yep.
All right. Again, huge thank you. That's Mitchell Crowe here on Ranger Nation Radio and MVC Sports Today.